We on.
There you go.
All right, everybody. This is another edition of your boys. I'm TL. This is Stace.
What's
Welcome
up,
to
y'all?
our digital neighborhood. This is
Yes.
Real Brothers. Real Brothers Live. Real Brothers for the real world.
That's right. We back. We back.
We got some interesting topics. And hopefully we got a few people that's going to be calling in.
Right.
So everybody sit back, put your seatbelt on, and let's enjoy this ride.
Yes.
Stace,
We're
what
back,
you got
y'all.
tonight?
We're back in our regular time slot. I must admit, Nike, it was different. We came on last week. We came on at 6:00 because we were out at Strawberry Mansion Day with Phil,
Right.
Blade, Mo, and some of the other brothers that put on that event. It was real nice. But 8:00, man, it looks like this is our slot. So we're back. We're back. Yeah, like Nike said, we got a couple interesting topics.
But I'm gonna tell you, man, it ain't nothing like going home.
Being
You know what I'm
home,
saying,
yeah.
Stace?
Yeah.
Like that's one thing. If you're a real cat, you always go back
Yeah.
home. You know what I mean? You can always go back to where you came from. You know what
And you know what,
I'm
Nike? And I think the other thing, as far as North Philly is concerned, because we're talking about Strawberry Mansion Day, I think, as we always say, I think poverty breeds closeness and community, because when you're not full of resources, you tend to
You got to make
hold
your own
on.
resources.
Right, and you hold on to what you have. So being down there and seeing all the people that we hadn't seen in a long time, man, it's always real nice. As you said, it's always real nice to go back, to your foundation, So that made it even better. So hopefully, like you said, Phil will be able to pop on and give a little recap of and some
we
thoughts.
missed out giving them a little love last week, man. They did that thing up.
They did, and they talking about doing it again. So as we said last week, hopefully we'll be able to play a small role in getting that thing together. All right, so Nike, we got 4 topics as normal, but like we said, the topics, we let the topics do what it do. If we rolling along and something is going hot and heavy, we'll stay with it a little longer, then move something back to the next week. So we got check yourself. We got confidence versus arrogance. Considering everything in society, are things getting better or worse? And the pros and cons of gentrification. But those are the 4. So Nike, you can let us know where you want to go. But before we do that, I got a random thought, man. I want to get your opinion on, and maybe some other people. I got maybe especially the women. Texas just passed that law, and the other day, where they basically made it easier for people to sue other individuals that are anywhere in the chain of providing abortions. So in essence, they basically made it that much tougher to get abortions.
And that you can something about you can collect a bounty.
Correct. $10,000.
That's
yeah.
Come on, man. Come on now.
Yeah.
Come on.
I mean, but the thing about it is, I'll
That's
say
giving
as we
people
always say,
that's giving people
an incentive.
the right to walk up to your doorstep if you had a family issue like your daughter or your niece or somebody else
Right.
for some reason had to have an abortion. Now you get somebody who can legally walk up to your steps and try to lock you up like a
sue you. Right.
like a citizen's arrest.
Correct.
You're gonna get that's gonna get a lot of people killed.
And you know what, Nike? Now that's a real interesting way to think about it. Because like you said, imagine them walking up to some, because I would think now
first of all,
we're men.
you're already going through
in somebody's business.
Somebody in your family
is needed, and that's what I was going to say. Now we can't judge, because as men we can't talk about the traumatic experience of having an abortion. But I can imagine, and I hear that it's real traumatic. So can you imagine, using your example, Nike, someone in your family, something happens, they need an abortion, and now some cat gonna come knocking on your door, telling they sue you? Yeah.
Can you see somebody walking up to my door and my daughter is going through some shit like my family is going through? Can you imagine that?
Yo, man, that's what I said. That's not a good. That's
gonna
not
get somebody
good.
hurt, man.
Absolutely.
That's not.
And then to your point, Nike, if the person sues and wins, they had the ability to collect $10,000, including legal fees. It's like that's just a bunch of nonsense, man.
Right.
You know, but it goes back to what we always say. Go ahead.
And they trying to legislate a woman's body, right? Why don't they say that vasectomy is mandatory or some shit like that?
I'm glad you said that.
You got a bunch of white men sitting around somewhere, and they worried about what a woman can do with their body.
I'm glad you said that, and this is why. It looks like we got some comments up there. I'm glad you said that because I thought about it earlier. The part that makes it even worse is the hypocrisy of it. Because you know good and well that if some of those people that had resources in Texas needed an abortion for someone in their family, they're gonna put them on a plane and send them wherever they need to go to get that abortion. So it's just so hypocritical. That's that's one of the things that makes it so bad, the hypocrisy of it. You know, it's like people don't care. They'll just put anything out there and legislate, and it's supposed to apply to other people, but not apply to themselves. And that's disgusting.
Here's another twist on it, Stacey. Here's another twist on it. And this is how you can tell that they full of shit, right? So they both pro-life,
right?
And yet they're against masks. Right?
Against what? Mask?
Mask.
Oh, right.
Mask mandate. Right. So you trying to tell me it's important to save an unwanted or a baby that may not have a good life, right? But you won't simply cover your mouth to possibly save somebody's life
in the here and now.
So how y'all pro-life if y'all screaming y'all can't wear a mask? And then, you trying to tell a woman what they can do with their body.
Right.
Like if you pro-life, you pro everybody's life.
And they wrap it up in an argument about freedom. It's my freedom. And even that I think is a bogus argument, because if they really paid attention to what they're saying, it's about their freedom. Yeah, you are free, but your freedom ends if it's going to affect me negatively. You know what I mean?
And there is a difference when your freedom
affects you only
on somebody else's freedom.
Correct. Infringes.
Because
correct.
them women should have had the freedom to make that choice themselves.
Right. And now, I'm pro-choice anyway. I'm pro-choice. So it's up to the woman to choose. That's between the woman, her family, and her doctor. Absolutely.
And her
doctor. They could have at least put in an exception in there in the case of rape, incest, and things like that.
How about they just mind their business? How about that?
First of all, right.
How about that?
Right.
Let's start there.
Well, but you know what though, Nike? It goes back to what we said though. Voting matters.
Right.
Voting matters. So if all of this that's going on now, these people, these moderates that are in the middle, need to see the things that they're doing and step up and say we're not gonna tolerate this.
But Stacey,
that's what they need to do.
You can't legislate a woman's body, a woman's reproductive function, because that's a slippery slope. So they saying no abortion. Next they're gonna be saying when you can have and can't have a baby.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Nah, that's not a good look, man. That's getting close to what's that shit over in China? You know what I mean?
Oh, right.
You know what I'm saying? Where you can't have a baby whenever you want to, or you know what I mean?
Or at least,
they have a limit on kids,
or at least the poor folk can't.
Right.
Because like I said, if they can have if abortions are legal in Colorado, and one of the rich folk kids is raped and needs to get an abortion, you think they're gonna let them carry that kid? No, they're gonna send them to Colorado.
If one of them senators get one of them pages pregnant,
absolutely.
You know what I'm saying?
Ship them off.
They not having an abortion?
Ship them off. Absolutely. That's the hypocrisy. It looks like Phil is on, man.
Yo,
you ready to bring
Phil,
him on?
hold up. Let's let Big Phil on.
What's up, gang?
Phil, what's up, baby?
Yo, Phil, y'all did that last week, man.
Hey, man.
Proud of y'all, man. My youngins did that shit.
Thanks, man. We pulled it off. Listen. I got a phone call the next day, right? And they said, Yo, it's amazing how y'all pulled that off with no political push from no politicians, nothing, man. We did everything from the muscle.
That's right. That's the way that it should start, actually.
We gotta start doing things, man. Anyway,
because I think sometimes,
other people to do stuff
sometimes you wait. Sometimes it makes you wait for the help. And then if the help doesn't come, you wind up not doing it. So y'all did it the right way, man. Y'all move forward, Yo, that's not for you, is it? Well, we right here, so if it goes wrong, we see. Hey, look, I got nervous, man. Hey, Phil, like, put the camera on him so we can see him.
Yeah, I'm about that. You gotta do that nowadays.
You gotta do that. Absolutely.
Hey, yo, Phil, man, tell Lil Mo and all them dudes, man. Mark Ginyard, whoever had something to do with it, man. Y'all did that thing, man. For real.
Thanks, man. It was a combination of Blade, Aaron Stratford, Blade Brown, Mars Hobson, Kit, James Strong, and myself, man.
Nice.
And a host of donors and sponsors and y'all guys, man. Hey, listen, man. I was so sorry last week. I was hit. I was tired, man.
Yeah, I know.
You put in a lot of work,
Yeah, we heard you say that on the mic.
Yeah, I was hit, man.
Yeah.
I ain't gonna lie,
hey, turn your radio down, Phil, in the background. You got an echo
going. I know, I got an echo, but I don't have no radio on.
Oh, all right, my bad.
Okay. So Phil, since we didn't get to talk to you yesterday, and we understand, man, it was a busy day being pulled in different directions, so we understand. So give us a quick synopsis of how you think it went and what made y'all decide to put that event on, man.
Last year we put on a walk, Stop the Violence walk, right? And it was real successful, huge turnout and everything. So we wanted to step it up this year. Plans for the somebody trying to call me. We made plans for Community Day. But due to COVID, we had to push them back. So Blade came to me and was like, "Yo, this is what I want to do." And I said, "Yo, we already had it in the works." So
nice.
1 + 1 = 2, man. We put it together.
Absolutely.
And we had a lot of resources out there that I don't think our community took advantage of.
Right, absolutely. Right, I'm sure. I'm sure.
Like that expungement clinic, man.
That's big.
That was huge. I wanted the brothers and sisters, whoever in the community or wherever, the whole city, to take advantage of that because actually, I know personally it worked for me.
Absolutely.
Right, yeah. Absolutely. Actually, I was trying to get in that joint too, man, but I got there a little late.
Yeah. Did people sign up for it? Did some people sign up for the expungement clinic that you're aware of? Some people went through the process?
Yeah, a couple people.
Yo, man, that's changing lives, man.
Yeah. Also, I still have some information. I don't have it with me right now, but if they could on Facebook, we still got information where they still can reach out and get their expungement done.
Good. Yo, but yo, man, y'all keep that passion, man, because like we said, I think the best things that last start off on the muscle. And then, a lot of time, unfortunately, once it's going well, then the politicians want to get involved. But that's okay.
That's after the fact.
Right, that's after the fact, but that's okay because when they get involved, then they can help take it to the next level. But you're showing that it's not needed and you can move forward without them.
That's all right, Phil. I'm keeping a little notepad of who ain't fucking with me now. You know what I'm saying?
There you go.
Write it down. I got him in my book.
And I told Terry every time he say that, and as he say he not messing with him, I'm gonna be behind him like, yo, man, we still want your help. Terry was just joking.
Yeah, Terry wasn't bullshit.
Yo, man, we take the help.
That's always been y'all anyway, though.
What you say, Phil?
That's always been y'all anyway, though.
Absolutely.
You know how we go. You know how we do.
That's right, man. Yo, man, but that was big, man. I'm glad it went well, man. And like we said, next year or the next time y'all decide to do it, hopefully I'm sure we'll know about it earlier on.
Right.
So, whatever we could do to play a small role, man, we're here. We're here for it.
Appreciate y'all, man. We doing something in October. I keep y'all posted.
October?
All right, man.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, thanks a lot, man.
All right, thanks again, Phil.
All right, love y'all, man. Be
Love you
safe,
too,
man.
babe. All right, be safe, Phil. Yeah, nice.
All right,
nice.
we want to get into the topics now, man. Which one we going to do first?
Yeah, Nike. All right. Well, did you have an idea where you wanted to go? Check yourself. Confidence versus arrogance. Considering everything is society getting better or worse, or pros and cons of gentrification. I think I know you want to go.
Let's go with the pros and cons of
gentrification. I knew you were gonna say that.
I do know.
Yeah. All right. So what are your thoughts, man? What are the pros and cons of gentrification? Or do you, like some people say, it's all negative?
I see why people in the neighborhood get upset because it's kind of threatening to them when you have these people moving in, and then you got the housing going up, like as far as the property value and everything. So people are probably afraid that they're going to get priced out. You know what I mean? Like the rent going up,
and that happens. That does happen.
All of that stuff happens, right? So I can understand people being upset. You know what I mean? But on the other side of that, like I said, the property value does get increased. So what I would say to people that are in these situations, pool your money together and buy one of the buildings right next to the ones that the white folks just bought. You know what I mean?
Right. Or even still, Nike, even easier. Why not ride the wave? I mean, if your place is next to a place that the is increasing your property value, that's equity that you have access to. I was having a conversation with someone one time before, and I said, well, don't sell. If anything, if you no longer want to live there, keep the place and rent it out. You know what I mean? So I think that we can benefit from gentrification also. It doesn't have to always hurt us. Now, when you talk about the taxes being increased and people on fixed incomes, baby, having a hard time. Now, I think that's where the politicians, from what they did in Philly, if you've been living at your location over a certain amount of years, you can sign up to have your taxes frozen, take advantage of those, but it doesn't have to always be negative.
Right. My thing is I'm always for like doing it yourself. You know what I mean? I'm gonna do it yourself.
Right.
So if I was still living in the hood, I'm gonna tell you what I would do. I'm like, you bought a cheap house right down here. Well, I'm gonna buy a cheap house down here too.
Right.
You know what I mean? Or I'm gonna come to the States like, yo, Black, let's me and you go in half and half, or let's me and you, me, you, and two other people, put some money together and buy that old beat up house. Right. Then we fix that up and rent it out. And now. Instead of being gentrified, you're part of that process. I mean, you're part of the wave. Right. You're a part of that economic, economic wave. Right.
And even as far as I don't hear people really complaining a lot, at least not us, about seeing the strangers walk around in the neighborhood, because I think that by nature, Nike, we seem to welcome different people. Black folk don't seem to. As long as
black people are some of the least racist people on the planet. You know what I mean? Because we know what it is to be judged.
Correct.
We know what it is to be looked down on just because or your skin color or whatever.
Now, don't move into the neighborhood and act like you don't see us. Now that's a different story.
Right.
That's a different story.
If you live next to me, I expect you to speak.
And we speak.
We ain't gotta have no long
Absolutely.
conversation. But if I say hi, I don't want this.
Right. Yeah.
You gonna speak, or
Right.
you know what I mean? You need
Yeah.
It's
Yeah,
just
so
respect. You know what I'm saying? Just
So again, I think that, you know, we're normally welcoming, and we normally welcome the outsider that wants to come in and be a part
of
the community. You know, we welcome that. You know, we welcome that. We join you, invite you to the barbecue and the whole nine. You know.
But don't move in trying to take over the
neighborhood. Now, what I don't like, what I have a problem with in Fairmount, over there, like around 16th and Fairmount, there's some blocks that used to be raggedy. They went over there, they fixed them up, and now they basically closed the block off. So now that that's almost like building a moat around your house and keeping the natives out. Now I'm not with that. You know, something about that doesn't feel right. And also the other thing that I don't like, and I think they're doing something about that, when they come in and change the entire structure of the block. Like some of the houses like close where I live, probably closer to the park also, but down there like around 18th Street, they came in and they put the roof decks on, and I get it, it's your property, but I think there's something to be said about the consistency of the way the block looks, you know.
And that's another, like, so I rode down my block, right?
Talking about Patton Street down.
And it kind of made me sad, man. Like my old block was looking like a jack-o'-lantern teeth. You know what I mean? A house here, and shit here, then a house here, and then down the street you got a house there. It's like that block used to be thriving, man. Like, you know, it looks like it's been through a war or something.
Right. Yeah. I mean, but like you said, though, I think, you know.
But see, we shouldn't let our neighborhoods get that way either. You know what I mean?
True.
When our neighborhoods run down to the point where, you know, they knocking down houses and all that.
Right.
I mean, that's not a good look either. So, I mean, that's when people, you know, they see the opportunity. Oh, I'm gonna come in and build a house here.
Right.
You know what I mean?
And as Chris Rock said, though, normally when the outsiders move in, here comes the neighborhood, because with them come resources. And I think that's a good thing also. When you ride down Broad Street, Broad Street doesn't look the way it used to look. But Broad Street, like you said, was like what'd you call it, a jack-o'-lantern teeth or something? Yeah, Broad Street was jacked up too. So I like to see the way that it looks now. I don't like the fact that a lot of our old institutions are no longer there, but I like the way that the streetscaping and the new lighting on the block. I think that it looks nice. You know, so I like to see that, you know, but again, I just think that when that gentrification happens, it doesn't have to always be a negative. You know, so, all right.
That's until they start kicking people out the neighborhood, stuff like that. You know what I mean?
Right.
That's I got a problem with that.
I got a problem with that too. Yeah. I mean, but you know, now I guess the question is then, like, in gentrification, you know, like in most things, there are going to be some negative or unintended consequences. Do you chalk up some of those losses as just, okay, you know what? It was just a part of progress. You know, in progress, some people get left behind. So do you chalk some of it up to that?
When you talking about leaving somebody behind in a neighborhood that they grew up in, or a neighborhood that they raised their family in, you can't just you know say, oh well, it's progress, and then you know we gonna move them somewhere else. Oh man, you got people in these blocks that you know go back to like the 40s, the 50s. You know what I mean? Raise their whole family in these blocks. You know what I'm saying?
So let me ask you this then. Let me ask you this tonight, using your example, because really the opportunity comes when a neighborhood is depressed. But you see that it's on its way back, or pretty soon will be on its way back. That's when the resources flow in.
Right.
So what do you do with that neighbor when the other 90% of the block starts to try to take care of their home, And that one family, we all had it. The family on the block that was just crazy.
Right.
What do you do when those grandkids are still there and they're not taking care of the property? The money's not going to come flowing in if you know what I mean. So what do you do about them?
That's another piece of the puzzle. If they're not taking care of their own property, then
they're the ones that's going to get left behind.
Right, that's a problem too. But what I'm saying is, it's like almost like a catch-22. You know what I mean?
It's a catch-22. Right.
Yeah.
As long as you don't see the majority being forced out, I guess that's the thing, but they're gonna be some, like you said, with any progress, some people that don't move, they get left,
Right.
The person that had the horse that was like, no, this car thing is not gonna work, I'm sticking with my horse, they get left, so,
Crazy.
It is. All right, you ready to move on?
Yeah, what we got next?
All right, we got check yourself. We got confidence versus arrogance.
Right.
And considering everything in society, are things getting better or worse? All right, let's do confidence versus arrogance.
All right, I got you.
Okay, all right, let me put it this way then. Where is the line though? Where is the line where where's the break? Where does confidence become arrogance, or do we all need to have a piece of arrogance? You know what I mean? I mean, is that all negative? Is some arrogance being, is that all negative? Where is the line?
For me, I think it's a thin line between confidence and arrogance. Right. I'm a confident person. Just cause life experience, whatever. But I'm not. I don't consider myself to be arrogant.
So where do you draw the difference? What do you say?
Like I'm confident in myself. Like I'm not a person that tries to please other people or give a shit what other people think about.
So that's arrogance, right? Is that arrogance?
No, that's confidence. I'm confident. Like I can do anything I put my mind to. That's confidence.
Mm-hmm.
But arrogance, I think, is
when you say forget what you think.
I think to me, arrogance is when you are confident, but you use your confidence to make other people to try to impress other people. You get what I'm saying?
Well, see now, I think, Nike. I think especially for us. I mean, especially for black men, man. We there has to be some of that arrogance there, and this is why I say that. Because I think there's so many forces against us.
Right.
That if you don't have the ability to say what you just said, because I think you talk about that thin line. I think when you said you don't care what people think, I think that crosses the line.
Not even a little bit. Right.
I think that moves in what I was going to say, though. I think that moves into arrogance. But I think that as a black man, you have to have that, because I think if you don't, Nike, people will use it against you and beat you down. I think we have to have.
Coming from the hood, you gotta have a certain amount of swag anyway.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like you gotta have that just to maintain, just to be from there. Like you're not
because
gonna be.
And we don't get the benefit of the doubt. We don't get the when we're trying to climb, we don't get the I'm trying to climb. A lot of times when we're approached, it's you should be there already. You know what I mean? And if you don't, I think that if you don't have that arrogance to be able to say, forget what you think,
people always gonna try to knock your hustle, whatever it is.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But I always say, and this might be arrogant, I'm not sure. You let me know if it's arrogant or confident.
Mm-hmm.
But I always say, if you ain't got a lot of haters, then you doing something wrong. get what I'm saying?
Yeah. Because unfortunately, too many times people. Well, you know what, Nike? Too many times people root for us to fail.
Right.
You know, people root for us to fail. You know,
play and pray for my downfall. But
right.
You know
See, but again, Nike. But then again, I mean, so it sounds like we're saying, in order to survive, especially as a black man, you know, we have to have a strong dose of arrogance.
Well, it's not really being arrogant because arrogant would be if we have the nerve to think that we can do that. That's arrogant.
I mean, but you know what, Nike? Nike. Nike, let me tell you something. Let me sorry for cutting you off. Nike, that's me. I have the nerve to think that to what you just said.
Right.
If I think I'm doing the right thing, listen. Now, I think that what goes along that has to be the ability to think. You have to be, that goes in to check yourself. You have to have the ability to take a look at the way that you're moving and make an assessment. Is this the right decision?
You notice when I move, it's not a lot of people that know when I make moves. But then when I make a move,
I'm moving.
Like, damn, I didn't know he was doing this or doing that.
I mean, again,
that's
man,
the way you gotta move, man. You can't worry about what people say.
You can't.
People
Yo,
think
man.
about you.
You can't, Nike. Like you said, I mean, especially, you know, things come at us differently as black men. Things come at us differently. You know, we face it. I think that we face it more so than just about anyone. And then even consider what you said, Nike. You know, people pray and look forward to our downfall, because a lot of time people know that if they can stand on your shoulders and hold you down, that will further increase them. You know what I mean?
Or here's something else deep, Stace. You ever told like a person you thought was y'all was here, right? Person you thought that that's my man. And then as soon as you go with him and say, man, I'm trying to get into this, or I'm trying to do this, they look like, nah, nigga, you ain't gonna be able to do that. You know what I mean? First thing they saying to you is what you can't do. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
That's the first sign of hating right there. You know what I'm saying? Instead of somebody saying, damn, dude, yo, man, yeah, I'm with you. We could do this together. You know what I'm saying?
Or at least not, even if you don't say that we're gonna do it together, at least, you know, that point of contact. Exactly. Right. You know, dig up what I'm doing.
Don't knock my hustle.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right. Yeah. I mean, or say, let's sit down and talk about it. You know, let's talk about it. You know, why do you think this will work? Why do you think this is a good idea? And help me think things through. If you think I'm about to make a decision,
poo-pooing the whole.
Correct.
You know what I mean? Like,
correct. But the answer,
it's okay to be a devil's advocate. I'm not saying that.
Right.
What I'm saying is, like, you know, brothers got to give up a brother's a chance. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? If you see your brother trying to do something, man, it ain't nothing wrong with supporting another brother. Like, there's no need for us to be hating on each other and all like that. You know what I mean? If I'm doing something, I want you to support me. If you doing something, I'm gonna support you. That's the way it's supposed to be. You know what I mean? And not this, crabs in a barrel type deal. You know what I'm saying?
And I'll say, Nike, I think that I always talk about that. The one thing that I think that I'm good at is focusing. You know, I can focus. I always say that. You know, I might not have all the smarts in the world, but I think that I'm a logical thinker, and I can focus on it. If I focus on it, I can make moves in that direction. I think that the one thing that my mom specifically gave me was, and I'll use the word, the arrogance. She gave me that arrogance. Like,
so you're arrogant. And I'm confident and arrogant, so we go good together. All right.
Yeah, man. Because again, I think it's needed, man. You know, I think black men have to have a strong, if they're gonna make it, and or maybe it's.
I'm confident, but I'm humble at the same time. So I don't know if I'm so I'm not as arrogant.
See, but I don't think you. When you say humble, I think non-humble is wearing it on your sleeve. I think you can have a quiet arrogance about you when you can just take those slings and arrows and they bounce off of you. Or one of the first things you said is that when people say things to you, you might hear them, but they're not going to stop you from moving if you think that you're making the right decision.
You know how many times I've been told no? That's just enough, man. Man, you can tell me no all day, but guess what? I'm going to do it anyway.
If I think it is right.
And then when my shit hit, I'm looking at you like,
right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Yeah, nut ass nigga.
You told me I wouldn't do it.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I mean, well, you know what's funny? I mean, even thinking about Phil and them, like they say, they didn't get the help that they thought they would get from the politicians, and they moved forward anyway. That took a little bit of hookfa, took some balls. Hookfa, it took some balls to say, I know I jacked that joint up.
But yeah, that's what I'm saying. So if they got to do it again on their own next year,
you do it again.
See, that's the thing. We as a community, we have to stop thinking people owe us something.
Right.
Don't nobody owe us nothing. This earth, this world is treacherous. It's hard.
It is.
It ain't nobody gonna give you shit.
But it's there for the taking.
But it's there for the taking.
If
you got the balls to go grab it, you can have whatever you want.
You can have right.
You can have whatever you want.
That's right.
If you got the balls to say, I'm going to get, I need this, I'm going to get that. That's all it takes, man. And if you got the arrogance, the confidence or the arrogance,
that's
to
right.
Go get your shit.
Oh, you're not gonna help me? Oh, okay.
Go get your shit.
That's
you know
right.
what I'm saying?
That's right. Oh, you're not gonna help me? Okay.
Right,
all right. We moving forward anyway. You know what, Knight? That's where some of our.
Hey. You know that dude in Hollywood, that dude that sent us that letter? I'm gonna frame that shit.
Which?
The email from the Hollywood John.
Yeah.
I'm framing all that shit.
Yeah.
Cause then when I pop off, they're gonna be at the top of the list of the people I don't fuck with.
I told you. And I'm gonna be right there. You know, Tay joking.
You gonna be like, no, he just fucking around.
You know, Tay joking. Don't worry. I'll talk to Tay later.
That nigga
I'll talk to Tay later.
He's so ignorant.
Yeah, he's so arrogant. He's so arrogant. All right. So all right. So that dovetails into the next one, Nike. Check yourself. Check yourself. I guess that's a part of it, because I think, and I said it with the last conversation. I think it's one thing to be arrogant, to have a strong dose of arrogance, but I think you also have to have the ability
to check yourself.
Now, and unfortunately, Nike, with that, sometimes you make wrong decisions. Sometimes you might make a decision that's not what's best, but I think you have to be able to take that honest look at yourself.
Yeah. And you know what? You can check yourself, or just for me, you're able to check yourself more the more you experience life.
True.
When I was young, I was high-headed.
Right.
And
wasn't too much checking.
It wasn't. I didn't check myself, and then not a lot of people around me would check me either.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So
as
you get older, I don't need nobody checking me now, because I look at myself and I'll be like, is it like I'm weighing shit? Like, all right. Is it worth me, losing this to this, or was it worth me? You know what I mean? You weighing different things before you just jump off the handle. You know what I'm saying?
Now, I think we all still, I don't think we ever get to the point where, okay, and I'm gonna just say, at least for me, as arrogant as I think that I am, or confident as I am, I don't think that I've arrived at the point where I can't be checked, where that I don't need that other voice in my ear saying, what about this, or that might be wrong. You know what I mean? But again,
that's not really checking. Is it? Like if y'all just bouncing ideas or something, checking, to me, checking is something like when you see your boy get ready to make a bad mistake, and you like, yo, man, you might want to think about that a little bit, or you know, fix your shit, right?
Right,
you know what I'm saying?
right.
You know what I mean?
Well, see, but that's what I'm saying. I mean, I don't think we ever get to the point where we don't need that. You know, I think, you know, because that's life. You know, there's always another perspective.
Right,
you know, I think there's always another perspective. But I think, again, as a man and as a supposed thinking man, you should be able to take those new pieces of information and weigh those also. You know what I mean?
Right.
You know,
right.
Because I don't think, you know, I don't think we ever quite make it. We never get to the point where we're all knowing. You know, you know, I'm confident or arrogant, but I'm not that confident or arrogant. You know, I don't think that I'm all knowing, you know, but I think that, you know, we all need that check-in. You know, we all need that check-in every now and again, you know. You know, so, you know.
But I have noticed that, though, as the older I get, I'm able to check myself. You get what I'm saying? Like, you know, if you go do such A, B, and C,
you're gonna
you
get
know,
D.
your ass gonna be in.
No, you get A, B, and C, you're gonna get F.
Go chill.
You do A, B, and C, you gonna get F.
Go sit your ass down. You know what I'm saying?
That said, whether or not we are open to the question, open to being, whether or not we are open is the question, open to being checked. Whether or not we are open is the question. Okay, well, yeah, that's what we're saying, Lynette. I don't think we never get to the point where, but let me rephrase it. I don't think that we should ever get to the point where we're not open to being checked.
Right.
And I think when you're being checked, I think that it's up to you to be able to. I see that she's late. It should be incumbent upon you to be able to bring in that new piece of information that you're being given,
right,
and consider that also. You know, I think, you know, but sometimes I think, like, sometimes it gets tough because sometimes you just don't know. You know, I think that some things that you do, you always question. You know what I mean? Right. You know, you always question. So let me ask you then. In a situation like that, then, you know, when there's something back there that you can't resolve. You know,
what you mean when it's something that you can't resolve?
You know, we talk about making a decision and moving in that direction. So when you're in the process of checking yourself, sometimes, you know, it's still lingering. You know, is this the right decision? You know, am I wrong? Am I right? How do you handle that? You know, how do you handle that?
Well, that's just your conscience weighing whether you really want to make that move. You know what I mean? Because subconsciously, your mind is probably weighing, you know, doing mathematical equations and whatnot in the background, saying, "Oh, all right. So what is my chances of success this way? Or what are my chances of being happy this way? Or what are my chances of being happy this way?" And then, you know, you constantly thinking about that because, you know, you crunching numbers.
Right.
You like, you know what I mean? You saying like, right. And that's your mind. That's your subconscious trying to make you feel better. You know what I mean? Make you come to your realization. You know, that
make the right decision.
Right.
Make the right decision. Okay. Right. Let me see. What did she say? She said I'm late. You're right on time. Who was this? Oh, that was you. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Anybody that want to comment or got anything that got any input on what we're talking about? Just click the link in the comments, and we'll let you on, and you can discuss whatever we're talking about, or you can, if you got a new topic you want to discuss, anything you want, just hit the link.
I would like to know what Lynette meant when she said action without thought. Is she saying that
Come on and hit the link.
Yeah.
Lynette, what you mean? Action without thought.
Right.
Come on, explain what you mean.
I'm gonna send it to her real quick.
All right.
I'm wondering if she's saying that that happens too often, that people move without thinking. You know what I mean?
Probably.
See, but the other side of that though, Nike, is that as a sometimes you have to make a decision.
In a split second.
In the split second, but also, Nike, sometimes you have to just make a decision and live with it, is what I'm getting at.
Yeah, because sometimes your decisions are spontaneous.
Right.
And that's okay too. But you still have to.
You have to make a decision.
You still, even if you're being spontaneous, you have to think about what you're doing, even in the short term. You know what I'm saying?
Right. I mean, but all what I was trying to get at is that sometimes, you know, as a man and as a person, you know. Well, no, you know what? No, I'll stick
I don't
with
think
that.
you want to be too spontaneous because because you could really mess up something in your life being spontaneous.
No. I don't mean.
Damn, I ain't really think that through. You know what I mean?
But you know what though, Nike? I don't think that you make life decisions spontaneously. No.
Some people do.
I think, I don't. That's not me. I think spontaneous is about fun. Lynette is on now.
Well, some people, like I said, some people
live their life. Some people life represents
when they having fun too. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. No, I don't think. I think you weigh all decisions heavily. Okay.
Yeah. All right,
Lynette on?
Lynette.
Oh, does this mean that she's not available? This little thing here.
I don't know. Hey, Lynette, you on? We'll put you off until you get on.
You're live back
Hey,
on.
but so being spontaneous. That I mean, it depends on what we're talking about. Like, you don't want to go to a club and be too damn spontaneous. You know what I'm saying?
Well, see, but again,
if you ain't single.
Oh, okay. All right. Okay, I get that.
Like,
I get that. Right. I guess I was looking at it more in terms of like life. Is she back on now? Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Hey, Lynette. Can you hear us?
Can you hear us?
I can hear you. I'm bad light.
You who? We can't hear you.
You in the dark.
Yeah. Lynette, can you hear us?
So, like with those spontaneous actions, what were you talking about?
Hi.
Hey, how you doing?
What's up, Lynette? Now
How
you
are
said
you?
action with thought. What does that?
Right,
What were you getting to?
Can you hear
Hello?
me?
Hello?
It's going in and out.
Lynette?
I think her internet connection got
You got the gas station, John.
got hurricaned. Hold
I
up.
got you. All right. We'll put you on as soon as you get your audio together.
Right. What I'm talking about, Nike, is that I don't think that you make heavy duty or life decisions spontaneously. I think when I think of spontaneously, I think, you know, am I gonna go? You know, I didn't plan to go out. Am I gonna go out, or am I gonna hit this spot up that we didn't make plans for? You know what I mean? That's what I think of. Or am I gonna pull over? you know, when I think of spontaneous, that's kind of what I'm thinking about. You know, Lynette, are you on now? Yeah. Can you hear it, Nike? Is it just me?
No, I can't. Yeah.
Okay, we got to try. Yeah,
Sit
Lynette,
back.
if you can hear us, yeah, we got a bad connection. See if you can. We're gonna we'll boot you off and then see if you can log back in. There you go.
Yeah.
You know.
Hey, yo. So we only got what? One topic
Got
left.
one more left. Yep. Well, when she gets on.
Did we ever do the we didn't get to the question of the day or whatever.
Which one, Nike? You
Random
had
topic.
something? No, I did. That's where we started. When we started with the Texas.
Oh, with the abortion joint.
Yeah. Did you have something else?
Oh no.
you just tested the waters.
Yeah, just testing the waters.
like, Tom is fire.
Yeah, we tested it. All right.
All right.
So the last topic.
Last topic we have is let me see. Considering everything in society, are things getting better or worse?
All right.
What are your thoughts on that? Considering everything
better and
in
worse.
society.
I guess I gotta clarify the question. Like better or worse than what?
I guess just looking at society as a whole. I mean, do you think that we're on a good trajectory?
I think we were on a good, on a okay trajectory. But then we had a president that came in and kind of ripped the scab off of America and some of the underlying issues and brought them to the surface.
Well, you know what? Let me ask you this then.
Which
in order
not,
to heal, sometimes they say you gotta rip off the scab. So
rip that bitch
you know,
off, yeah.
So
because now it exposed a lot. Actually, that exposed a lot of people.
So that's
because
that's
now you know who is who.
That's right.
Or you got a better idea of who is who.
So in other words, with the last president, should we be saying thank you because although he made listen, that's my question. That's my question. He made us take a step back so that we could take 5 steps forward.
Did we?
You say what?
Did we take 5 steps forward?
Well, but think about what you just said, though, Knight. You just said that there were a lot of underlying issues that weren't being addressed.
Right.
So the best way to resolve a problem.
So now the issues are showing more.
So, but
they still haven't addressed.
But you can't address them if you don't show them, though, right?
So we bleed right now.
But you can't address them unless you show them. I mean, if we think that everything is hunky dory and we're skipping through life thinking that all is well, but in all actuality there are demons out there plotting on our demise.
That put us back in the 60s. They ripped that scab off and send us back in time.
But Knight, but I guess what I'm getting at is,
I mean by that?
I do. But again, this is my question though. Is it good the fact that now though we see those issues and we know that we're not really as far along as we thought they were, that we thought we were as a society?
Well,
is
some
that
of
a
us
positive?
already knew that. I don't know, like.
It's
people
I was surprised.
Kool-Aid, like
but
no such thing as racism and all
I
this
never
kind
said
of
that
shit.
there's no such thing as racism, but I didn't think things are as bad as I think they are now.
I never thought they changed.
What do you mean?
Because for one, all right, I'm not saying that all Republicans or all white people are bad and all that. That's not what I'm saying at all. But I live around those folks.
Right.
So I see how they move, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I see the little catchphrases or the little. I see different shit.
But you know what? Okay, coming from the city then, and moving down there, were you surprised at all? Did anything happen that was that caught you off guard that you didn't think you'd see? Never changed, delivered differently.
I know what she means by that. Like the issues haven't changed. They just wrapped them in a different package.
So again, I mean, I wish she was on because I would ask her the same question then. But then, but if you don't address it, or if you don't put it this way, let me rephrase that. If you don't see it, you'll never address it. So
but we see it now.
But we see it now. So is it a positive then? Can we say that it's a positive that former President Trump pulled that scab off?
I think that is a positive because, like I said, now you know who you dealing with.
True.
He exposed America for what it is, man.
Right.
And it's a lot of racist people in America.
True.
You know what I'm saying? So that part in itself was a good thing.
Right.
All right, let's try Lynette one more time.
Oh.
Hey, Lynette.
Wait a minute. You took off, Mike. Okay.
Hey, Lynette.
Hey,
there she
it's
is.
better.
All right. How you making out?
I'm okay.
It's good Sunday evening.
Yes.
You in the car?
To see you guys.
It's the same here, Lynette. Same here. We missed you
Lynette,
last
so
week.
when you said never change, delivered differently, what do you mean?
Same thing you were saying. That it never changed. They packaged it.
Right.
So then, what do you think about the what we were just talking about then, Lynette? Is it a positive? What is one of the positives that came from the Trump presidency? The fact that he ripped that scab off and exposed what was here that some of us didn't realize was here. Can we make that leap?
Good question. You said,
But see, that's the thing. A lot of us already knew that was here. It wasn't like, racism came back. Racism ain't never left.
Well,
but some people were under the assumption that it's not as bad as it was, or people don't still feel that way. But Trump came through and was like, yeah, they do. Watch this.
Lynette, what were you about to say?
a lot of people are brainwashed, or when they look at reality and see it for what it is, too ugly, they can't.
Right.
So they choose to drink the Kool-Aid.
Well, you know what? Now I fall in the category
of drinking the Kool-Aid.
No, I was gonna say
that.
I didn't drink the Kool-Aid night, but what I'm saying is that I didn't think that things were as bad as they. I think I see now that things are pretty bad.
Things are pretty bad.
Things are pretty bad, right? I thought that we had come farther along, than we did, or more people.
Here's the sad part. Here's the sad part. We haven't. So we've been in the same cycle since the 14th Amendment. Right? Nothing
what do you mean by
that?
What do you mean, Knight?
So they passed the 14th Amendment, and then they also passed that one line in there that says if you were convicted of a crime.
Right. Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
So
that right there, things haven't so things haven't changed since then. And then we've been marching, we've been protesting, some of us been looting. We've been going to different events. We've been doing it all. The same exact way, the same way every time. March. Things calm down, then we marching again. We got to come at these problems different, cuz like this marching and these protests, all that's fine. We bringing attention, but the thing is, that would be good if they didn't already know that the system is fucked up. You know what I'm saying? Like we bringing attention to something that they already know. Like there's already fucking horns blowing around this shit, and we bringing attention to it.
Yeah.
No, they know it's there.
Well, but you still
stop going off.
But you still have to bring attention to it though, and I think that was, as I said, I think that was one, and it sounds weird, but that was one positive that came out of.
You missing what I'm saying? We've been bringing attention to shit for years,
and
we have to start changing shit. That's what we have to do.
Well, but you don't change it unless you face it, and it's funny, Knight. I agree with you.
We have to change it.
I agree, but I was gonna say that though.
I'm not talking about the government has to change.
I agree.
Or any of that shit.
Right.
Us,
but what I was gonna say is that
our black people, our young people.
I agree. But what I'm saying is that I don't think that's gonna ever end. You know, we're never gonna be able to stop fighting. I think that's gonna always be the case. Yeah, I mean, I don't know if we're saying that, but you know what? No, Knight, there's always gonna be a fight. That's life. There's always gonna be something, an uphill battle.
Y'all haven't seen the fight yet. Stace, I'm telling you, they're talking about overthrowing the government again. They're talking about that doing that insurrection shit again. Yo, they done. You know what they're doing? They hiring all these Republicans down at the state level, and the city level, and all that shit.
That's right.
When they gonna put them folks back in office again, they gonna be back in power, and then what they're gonna do is they're gonna take shit over. And then when they start changing laws, like black folks ain't equal no more, then what?
Or even worse yet, Knight. Even not worse, but or even just to say that, the voting doesn't matter, or if the outcome isn't what we want, we're gonna put our own folks in, or we can override the will of the people. That's a problem. That's a problem.
Right. That's what I'm saying. So if they have Republicans lined up all the way from the city government,
that's right, school,
to city and local government, then they got state government, and then they got federal. You know what I'm saying? If they got their ducks in a row like that, it's getting ready to get. Y'all think it's bad now? It's about to get real bad.
But you know what though, Knight? So what I want to know then, y'all, if I could ask them, what do you want? What are you trying to? The folks that are doing that. Okay, you take over the city government, the local government, the schools.
I'm telling
then
you.
What? I mean, is there
a place called? Do you remember a place called Germany?
Wow.
Do you remember a place called Germany?
I mean.
Stace. All right. Trump was following the same exact playbook of Putin, of Hitler, of Stalin.
Mussolini. That's right.
It's the same playbook. It's the same exact playbook. Like spot for spot, page for page.
Yeah.
And the scary thing about it is when they do control everything, it's going to be really bad, man. When they talking about making America great again, you know what they talking about.
Yo, that's scary, man. But
deep, man. That's why I've been on this. That's why I've been on this show since we started in January. I'm telling the brothers, if you don't have even if you do have a criminal record, I don't know, whatever. You need to go and purchase you a gun just for your personal protection, protect your home, protect your family, because I'm telling you what's coming. I'm telling you what's coming.
Now, you know what's funny, and I thought about that. Maybe that's part of the answer. Not all out shooting war, but hear me out, because you look like you're about to say something. If all black folk went out and started legally purchasing guns, we see gun control.
You would.
They're not going to let that happen.
You would.
So maybe that's part of the solution.
Another thing, though, Stace, I'm trying to tell you what they're going to do. It's going to be bad out here for not just black folks, but Latinos, Asians. Man, it's something out here, man, and it ain't good.
Yes,
it ain't good.
You're absolutely right. And you're right. She said, "Isn't that what the Black Panthers tried to do?" You're right. They did that in California, didn't they?
Yep. We need something like that right now.
Yeah, but at a national level.
We need a Real Brothers chapter. That's
you know what, Knight?
Yeah.
You talking about? You know what, Knight?
We need a Real Brothers chapter.
Listen, maybe that might be the thing. But listen though, We're not talking about breaking any laws. We're talking about
No, I ain't talking about breaking no laws.
In the sound of our voice, go out and legally purchase a gun. If we're thought or seen to be a threat now, how would it be if everyone knows that everybody in the hood has a legal firearm? Well,
a legal firearm.
A legal firearm. Because if we're not talking about breaking any laws,
get you a legal firearm. Hey, get you a concealed carry. All that. That's what they do. They ready. Oh my God. Yo, if y'all can hear me, man, I wouldn't lie to you. I'm telling you, the
I better not get one right now. But yeah, no, you right. You right. That's maybe that should be our maybe.
I'm telling you,
everybody go buy a gun.
Yo, man, when they start snatching people off the street,
it seems counterintuitive because the problem that we have right now that there are too many guns on the street. So it on its face it seems counterintuitive. But at the same time, I mean, I don't know.
I'm okay.
They will come with the obstacles.
You know what I've been screaming for the longest, right?
Mm-hmm. No, what?
I might be a little crazy, but I ain't crazy like that. Like, you know what I'm saying? I ain't seeing, people. I ain't got no 10-4 hat on.
You're not hallucinating.
I ain't hallucinating, scaring people.
Yeah, right.
But I'm trying to tell you, these folks is ready.
Right. All right. So how we looking, man? We got through everything, right?
Yeah, we got through everything.
Okay.
Hey, I don't mean to scare nobody. I'm just trying to, I just want all of my people to be safe because the next few years is gonna be kind of rough, man. So
you think it's gonna get worse before it gets better? What do you see, Nike? What do you envision, man? What do you?
I envision once the elections and stuff come back, I think the Republicans are going to take control, and then you're going to start seeing these crazy laws, like just think about it. They wouldn't even pass the anti-lynching bill. You get what I'm saying? So they're not interested in none of the shit that we talking about. So when they do get in office and control everything, they're going to bring back a lot of them crazy laws that was back in the day because who's going to stop them?
Yeah.
Nobody to stop them.
They're in control of everything like they're trying to do.
If they control the judicial branch, which they got the Supreme Court, we seen that with the Roe versus Wade.
Right.
Then they got the executive branch with Trump and all them. And then they got the legislative branch. Right now it's a 50-50 tie, and the Democrats ain't doing shit. So when the Republicans come up here and break that tie, they're going to be like, all right.
Now, I will say that, though. Somebody said, be discreet. I'm not scared, just concerned. I think I agree with that. That it does concern me. And actually, that kind of goes into what I was going to say, though.
And I'm not trying to be a rabble-rouser or trying to scare nobody.
The thing about the Republicans, Nike, is that they don't give a crap.
Right.
They don't give a crap. They'll bend the rules. They'll bend the rules. They'll do whatever they need to do. And it seems like Democrats are, as we said earlier, the Democrats are more on the order of checking themselves. If another Democrat is doing something, they want to get rid of them. Move them out.
They got the power right now to do whatever they want.
And that's what I'm saying. Right. We don't want to get rid of the filibuster. And I get it. You don't want to set precedents, but if the Republicans had a chance to do the same thing,
they would
do it. Yep. And I think that maybe that's a problem. Maybe that's a problem. When do you? Basically, I guess what we're saying is, at some point the Democrats have to take the gloves off and say, all right, while we have the power, we have the knuckle.
We are back in the 60s again.
See, but then let me ask you this then. But then where does it end?
Where does what end?
Where does it end? I mean, that means that the group in power then can just run roughshod over everything And the only thing you'll do anything you need to do, because then what we're saying though, Nike, is everything is going to be ruled by the extremes. Because then if the extreme right get in, you have a certain thing happen, or the extreme left get. See, but now, is that what we want though?
What are the right's extremes? That Nazi shit, that white power shit.
But then what are the left extremes? Well, we don't want the left extremes either though, Nike. We don't want the extreme of the left.
I would prefer the left extreme because all they want to do is save the planet and the whales and shit. Well, no. I prefer they shit.
See, but like, I mean, but the extreme left is socialism. That's where
we living in socialism anyway.
No, we don't. We have their parts of it, but we don't want straight up socialism. We don't want that. So we don't want either of the extremes. We want to stay close to the middle. So again, if you start walking down that path where either extreme start running roughshod, and then the other one gets in power, and their stated goal is to move everything to the extreme left, then this experiment is done. I mean,
I hate to tell you, man, but the Democratic experiment is almost done. Yeah, you said that. That was some good words you chose right there.
Wow.
Seriously.
Yeah. All right.
Seriously.
Yeah.
I wish we had another hour to go, man, because we're gonna have to get into this more next week because I don't want to be a fear monger or nothing like that, but there's some shit coming around the corner. And as usual, black people are gonna be all in the mix.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
Maybe that need to be a thing, man. We need to come up with a slogan about getting the guns. Go buy a legal firearm.
Just think about this: if a Republican will snatch a baby from
a
immigrant's mother, right? An immigrant mother.
That's no heart. That's no heart.
What else? Like, there's nothing that they can do, and I'm gonna be like, damn, they did that. Like, anything they can do right now, I'm like, yeah, they probably did that shit, or like, what you expect?
Wow, yo, man. All right, any closing words, Nike?
Yeah,
as we end on a sad note.
Nah, it ain't sad, man. Y'all go out there. I hate to, like I said, I hate to bring it to y'all like that, man. But we need people. We need people like me to let y'all know. Wake up! This shit's about to get real, and y'all gonna be asleep. You know what I mean? I'm not, like I said, I'm not trying to.
You sound like Lawrence Fishburne on what was that? Do the right thing. Wake up!
Wake up, man. Y'all motherfuckers gonna be asleep. I'm telling you. I'm not going without a fight.
It's a balance, it's a balance. You can't sleepwalk. You have to be aware of what's going on. But we can't govern on the extremes.
We're gonna have to govern ourselves. We're gonna have to.
That's going to be the topic for the next one. Remember, Nike? That's going to be a good one.
We're
Separation
gonna have to
or integration.
Come up with a way where we can take care of us.
Wow. All right. Any closing words, Nike?
No, I'm just saying. I had a good time when I was in Philly last week. I appreciate everybody that's listening. We can be. You can get this podcast on anywhere anywhere you get your podcast. We're all over. Apple, Spotify, Amazon, wherever. So y'all give us some love. We're working on some merchandise, and in a little while soon we may have some a little Real Brothers Live merch for y'all.
Right.
And we appreciate everybody listening, man.
That's right.
Thanks for the support.
Right. Yeah, we appreciate everybody tuning in. Don't forget to please go into YouTube and subscribe. That helps us to keep track of what we're doing, and we take a look at YouTube so we can see the stats and everything. So please remember to do that. And like Terry said, we appreciate those that take an hour out of their Sunday to join us. We still would like to see more of you click on and join us in the conversation. That helps to keep it interesting. But thank you for the time that you do spend with us. And we'll see y'all next week. Peace.
All right, y'all.